Ming's Biggest Prey by Patricia Highsmith. Who would have thought that we could have a protagonist as an animal? But in this short story, we do. The protagonist is a cat, Ming. Okay, a summary to start us off before we start analysing this short story. Ming is the cat that belongs to Elaine, while Teddy is Elaine's current boyfriend. Teddy and Ming detest each other, and one tries to outsmart the other, and vice versa. On the one hand, we have Teddy, who tries to throw Ming overboard from the boat. However, he is saved when Elaine unexpectedly arrives on the deck. One night, Ming surprises Teddy when he's stealing Elaine's diamond necklace. Later that night, Ming notices that Teddy is slightly drunk and unsteady on his feet. Elaine isn't around, and Teddy tries to grab Ming, but Ming is smart. He waits for his chance and charges at Teddy. Teddy loses his balance and falls off the terrace to his death. At the hospital, Elaine is given the diamond necklace that Teddy had in his pocket. She realizes that Ming has tried to help her. There are strong bonds of affection that can exist between humans and domestic pets. Dogs, for example, have been known to pine and starve themselves to death when their owner dies. Cats, however, are usually less demonstrative and more independent, but can also be very sensitive to any threat to their territory. We can see this in this short story. Ming feels threatened by Teddy because Elaine is his territory. The hunting instincts of the jungle may be diminished, made smaller by domesticity, making something domestic, a cat in this case, but those instincts have certainly not disappeared. We can see this in this story because at the end of the story, when Ming attacks Teddy, this is a hunting instinct. Ming, like most cats, is mainly concerned with his creature comforts. His next meal, a warm and comfortable place to sleep, a little light hunting for entertainment perhaps, but nothing too difficult. His mistress Elaine loves him dearly, an affection which Ming acknowledges and repays in kind. He is also very affectionate towards Elaine. Other human beings are not so favoured, however, and you can't really see this here, but particularly Elaine's boyfriend, Teddy. He does not like Teddy. Ming gets an extended summary now. Ming gets picked by Elaine from a pet shop when he's a little kitten, and this is when his good fortune begins. As Elaine's cat, he has a pampered existence. She spoils him until the arrival of Teddy as Elaine's boyfriend, and Elaine's attention is given to Teddy now. Teddy hates Ming because Elaine dotes on him. Ming hates and fears Teddy because he knows that Teddy may harm him because of his jealousy. They've had a few run-ins already. Elaine and Teddy aren't friendly all the time, and frequently Ming hears them argue. And the story tells us that Ming knows this from the tone of their voices. Teddy mistreats Ming when Elaine isn't around. Once he nearly throws him overboard when sailing on Elaine's boat. Elaine's timely arrival saves Ming, however. One night, Ming sees Teddy stealing Elaine's diamond necklace. Later, he narrowly misses being grabbed by Teddy. When the opportunity is right, at the end of the story, and the opportunity is right because Teddy is slightly drunk and unsteady on his feet, Ming ambushes him. Teddy falls off the terrace to his death. Elaine calls for the ambulance and Teddy is taken to the hospital. His body is taken to the hospital. He's already dead by this point. The diamond necklace, which is found in Teddy's pocket, is returned to Elaine. And at this point, Elaine realizes the real person that Teddy was. When she's home, after being at the hospital, Elaine expresses her gratitude to Ming. So, the narrative viewpoint is quite important in this story. The story is told with a third-person narrator, but the point of view is exclusively Ming's. Therefore, it's written in a third-person limited. We can only see things from Ming's point of view. And given that Ming is a cat, this is quite an interesting viewpoint. Animal stories told in this way are sometimes anthropomorphic, in that animals are given human characteristics or qualities. But you should question if this is the case in this story, Ming's Biggest Prey. Does Ming have human characteristics or qualities? Or do you feel that Ming's thoughts and reactions are ones that could quite plausibly be attributed to a cat? The mood of the story is one of tension and anxiety. We have the tension between Ming and Teddy. We have the tension between Teddy and Elaine. And the mood is anxious because the story is told from Ming's point of view. We are obviously sympathetic towards him. He's the character that we connect with. And because he is sometimes under attack by Teddy, we feel anxious about what might happen, particularly when he's almost thrown overboard on the boat. Because we know that cats can't swim, and if Ming goes overboard into the sea, he's dead. Also, the reader is sympathetic towards Ming because of how Patricia Highsmith has written the story. She's clearly a cat lover, and therefore we, the reader, are made to sympathize with Ming. So the characters in the story. We're going to focus on Ming and Teddy, because although Elaine is an important character in the story, Highsmith doesn't really focus on her as a character. She focuses on Ming the cat and Teddy the boyfriend. So Ming is the protagonist in this story. He's the hero, the main character, the hero, the good guy. He is a quintessential cat. Quintessential means very typical. He's a very typical cat. He likes his comforts, he likes his food, he likes attention, and he likes sleeping. He is hedonistic. Hedonistic means that he seeks pleasure right from the start. He enjoys life to the fullest, being fed the choicest morsels by Elaine and Concha. Concha is Elaine's maid, and you can see that in this quotation. Ming had just lunched on delicious grilled fish and a bit of lobster. So obviously, a normal cat is not fed lobster, which is typically a very expensive piece of fish. And Elaine only gives the very best to Ming. He is aloof. Aloof means standoffish, like all cats are, and does not like it when his life is disturbed by people. And you can see this in this quote. What Ming did not like were the people she, Elaine, sometimes invited to their house, people who separated him from Elaine. And you can see the jealousy of Ming coming through in this quote. Ming likes only one human in the world, and that is Elaine. In all the world, he liked only Elaine. And you can't really see this here, but Elaine loved him and understood him. So that is why Ming loves her, as well as Elaine being his mistress. Ming is a good judge of character. He knows that Teddy is up to no good. And Elaine, the human in this story, does not realize that Teddy is up to no good. So it's left to the cat to question Teddy, to question his character. Also, Ming has razor-sharp reflexes. He can sense danger before it reaches him, which gets him out of a lot of difficult situations or dangerous situations with Teddy. This is also probably Ming's natural instinct as a cat. A question to ponder: does Ming plan the attack knowing that Teddy is tipsy, a little bit drunk, and unsteady on his feet? Or does he make an opportunistic attack? Opportunistic attack means taking advantage of the opportunity when it arises. More likely, it is the first. He sees that Teddy is at a disadvantage because he's drunk, so he attacks him. Does he expect Teddy to die? Probably not. Teddy is the antagonist in this story. The antagonist means the bad character who is against the main character. An antagonist is in a short story to create conflict for the main character. I think it's quite clear that Teddy was never in love with Elaine. He was her boyfriend to better himself in the world and to get what he could out of the relationship. And that's why he steals the diamond necklace. He was out to have a good time with Elaine, sailing on her boat, the White Lark, and having fun at parties. In Ming's opinion, the man was just an intruder. He was a charming thief, so he charms Elaine in order to steal from her. You can see that this is not a very nice character trait to have. He was also jealous of Ming, who seemed to receive the majority of his mistress's love. Also, Ming did not argue with Elaine, unlike Teddy. So there was some conflict between Teddy and Elaine. It wasn't all plain sailing and love. They definitely argued, and this is shown throughout the story. Teddy was not sure he would find favor with Elaine. That means he's not sure that Elaine will continue to like him. And when the opportunity presented itself, he stole Elaine's diamond necklace, presumably. Again, we can only see that from Ming's point of view. Again, when the opportunity presented itself, Ming charged at Teddy, and his ensuing fall killed him. Highsmith makes it quite clear that the reader should not waste our sympathies on Teddy. She has portrayed the character as mean, as difficult, as somebody who is out for what he can get. And she's quite clear that we should not like him or sympathize with him. We should definitely sympathize with Ming. And Teddy tried his best to kill Ming for less than honorable reasons. These less than honorable reasons were that he wanted Elaine all to himself, and he wanted Elaine's attention all for himself. Some language techniques in the short story Ming's Biggest Prey will be looked at in the next video.